All right, great people. We're back with another one. This one here is the case of a young Mississippi man, 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Nolan Xavier Wells, to be exact. Go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to dive right into this one. I won't hold you long. It's going to be quick and easy. And we out. But we just want to get to the bottom of it and get justice for this young man. 18-year-old Nolan Wells boarded a boat with his friends for a holiday trip on Horn Island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. His friends came home, but Nolan, he didn't. He never returned. And that alone has sparked controversy, not only throughout the city and state, but pretty much throughout the United States. It has hit big platforms such as TMZ, CNN, and shout out to Nancy Grace because she's been covering it pretty extensively. 2 days later, his body was found in the water, and what should have been a straightforward investigation quickly became one of the most talked about cases all over social media. Conflicting witness accounts, unanswered questions, and ongoing investigation have fueled widespread speculation. But many online claims remain unverified. So, to get to know who Nolan Wells was, I'll give you a little bit about him. He was 18-year-old young man. He's from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. He played college football at Southwest Mississippi Community College. His family describes him as a friend and a talented athlete that plans for college. He prepared to begin football camp just days after the 4th of July weekend trip. So, on the 4th of July, according to investigators, Nolan traveled to Horn Island with his so-called friends, his so-called buddies, right? Nolan traveled to Horn Island. It was hundreds of people gathered there on the island. This is like a traditional thing they do every 4th of July, apparently. But authorities say he was last seen around 3 p.m., which is very conflicting because they got a call that they was having problems with the boat. They call a dispatcher or a towing company around 4:30, and his name was said. So y'all got to hear the audio for that. So bear with me. The boat later departed. So they left. So the friends said they seen him around 3. Then the boat left. Okay. One of the biggest unanswered questions is why Nolan remained on the island after the rest of the group had left. Different public accounts have offered different explanations, and investigators continue to examine witnesses' statements, which I think is a damn lie. It's in Mississippi. You know how that goes. So, the search. Let's talk a little bit about the search. When Nolan then returned home, his family began searching for him. The Coast Guard joined in, local authorities also. Search teams combined and combed the island and the surrounding waters. On July the 6th, Nolan's body was recovered near Horn Island. Authorities have not publicly released a final cause and manner of death. Maybe because they hiding something or covering something up. I would like to say. The case drew national attention, which we know, because several issues remain unsolved. Conflicting timelines. Different public statements have described Nolan's final hours differently, leaving uncertainty about exactly what happened before he disappeared. His cell phone. Public reports indicate Nolan's phone remained with his friends rather than with him, raising questions about why and what digital evidence many reveal. Investigators have not publicly concluded what the phone data shows. The witness accounts. Authorities have asked anyone with photos, videos, or first-hand knowledge from Horn Island that day to come forward. An independent autopsy. Let's get into that just a tad. Let's tap on that. The Wells family hired attorney Ben Crump and commissioned an independent autopsy. The preliminary findings concluded cause of death undetermined pending investigation. Manner of death undetermined. No severe fractures or major external injuries were identified. Decomposition limited what the pathology could determine. It's important to note that an undetermined finding does not establish homicide, accident, or any other specific cause. The current investigation, as of the late July 2026 to current to this day, the investigation remains active. A Mississippi grand jury is expected to review the case, investigate materials, or publicly released. No arrest has been announced. Authorities have not publicly concluded that a crime occurred. Let me tell you something about the online rumors and the confirmed facts. There have been extensive speculation online, including AI-generated images, altered videos, and claims that have not been substantiated. I'm going to tell you what's confirmed. Nolan disappeared after the Horn Island trip. His body was found on July the 6th. The independent autopsy was inconclusive. The investigation is ongoing. Let me tell you what's not confirmed. That Nolan was murdered, that any person is responsible, motives or theories circulating on social media. Avoiding persistent speculation as fact until investigators release evidence. For Nolan Wells' family, the central question remains the same. What happened during the final hours on Horn Island? With the investigators still active and a grand jury review expected, many key details have yet to be made publicly until official findings are released, separating verified facts from online speculation essentials. So, to this conclusion and with closing, I think he's been done very dirty. And it's a lot of evidence that has not been presented because Mississippi hiding stuff. So what you think, fam? I'd like to see y'all down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. It's 1 million, 100 million, 100,000 of YouTube channels. But you clicked on mine. Until next time. Trilogy Vision signing off. Love.